Just touchdown, back on road. Counting money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my strike a pose. Hop in mode. Just touchdown, back on road. Counting money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my to strike a pose. Hop in mode.
Today's episode of the Barcode Podcast 414 is sponsored by Tony B's Steak Chips, beef jerky that crunches like a chip and tastes like a 5-star steak. Use promo code TheBarcode for 25% off at eatsteakchips.com.
Yo, this your boy Q-Bar, and you already know I'm the host of the Barcode Podcast 414, and I got a special person coming to the Barcode, man. He was my guy, but we family now. You know, we just found out about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago that we family. But, man, y'all give it up for my boy Brad Newman Jr., man. Thank you for pulling up, bro.
Yo, what's up, Bar? Appreciate you for having me, dog.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, before we get into it, I got to give you your flowers, man. He went to Brookfield Central High School. He an alumni there. He went to Eastern Arizona, JUCO. He's an alumni there. I don't know what made you leave Arizona, but whatever. And then he went to the University of Lindenwood. He's an alumni there, and he just finished, y'all, his first pro career this year, man. So y'all give it up, man, because it was definitely a journey, dog. Yes, sir. Out in Germany, right, Brad?
Yep.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. All right, the first thing I'm going to ask you, dog, before we get into the show is start, bench, and cut. Tim Duncan, Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett.
Starting KD, benching Timmy, cutting KG. Well, you disagree? You disagree?
I thought it was going to be like Tim Duncan, KG, and then KD. You know, them guys, you know, they got championships on their own. But you know what? That's your opinion.
I understand.
I get you.
On their own? I don't know about on their own.
Yeah, they had good teams.
Yeah, they didn't have it on their
was
own.
Drafted to San Antonio, though.
He got Hall of Famers on his roster.
Dude, stop it. We didn't know that Tony Parker and Joni Mano Ginobili. We didn't know they were gonna be fucking Hall of Famers, bro. People wouldn't even respect.
We ain't know Clay, Draymond, Steph was gonna be Hall of Famers either, Bar. He just had to do what he had to do.
They won championships before he came. You know what? Next one, man. Start, bench, cut. Jordan Poole, Tyler Hero, RJ Barrett.
Ooh, I don't like RJ Barrett, and he ain't from Milwaukee, so that nigga cut. Starting though, man, we had this debate all the time. Tyler or Jordan. Man. That's tough, Bar. That's tough.
It's tough, right? Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, I know JP got one ring, Tyler don't. Who was more effective in a championship run, I should say? Because Tyler had a championship run. But on their run, who was more effective? Because Tyler was a big part, I ain't gonna lie. They don't win with it. They don't get to the finals without him.
That was his rookie year too, right?
It was either his rookie or his second year. It might have been his rookie year. But, man, I think long term, I'm gonna say Tyler. If you take Tyler from being a great supporting role on the team and him just being the guy, I don't think he flourished like JP will flourish. Like you throw JP on the Charlotte Hornets or the Pistons or some shit, I feel like that nigga average 30 for real. It'd be a problem.
Miami.
Yeah, you give him, yeah.
What if they switch roles though? Do you get the same
If
outcome?
Low key, I think I don't know. I think it's the same outcome because they spread the floor. That's the biggest thing about the Warriors though, bro. Is if you can shoot the basketball, like you can become effective like in any aspect Just the simple fact that they got so many shooters, the way they space the floor, um, and they got so many different complementary guys and unselfish guys on that team. So if you a shooter, you knocking it down, you will flourish. So I feel like Tyler went to Golden State, it'd be the same thing for real. I don't know if he would get the same amount of money Jordan would have got because he's not as I don't think he's as versatile on the scoring level as JP is. I think JP got more of a bag getting to the rim than Tyler do. I'm not saying that Tyler can't, but I think I'm gonna go JP over start JP bench Tyler cut RJ Barrett because I don't like RJ Barrett game at all. I
Still,
liked him at Duke, but I ain't liked him in the league at all.
yeah. I actually like RJ Barrett. I ain't gonna lie. All right, last one. If a zombie apocalypse, let me see. Oh, it's 5 o'clock right now, actually. So if a zombie apocalypse started at 5:30 p.m. your time, right now, what's the
Hmm.
first thing you doing?
Shit, I'm getting my people together. Shit, we gonna rally the troops. We gonna hold down the fort somewhere. Shit, that's all we
Grocery
can
store?
do. Yeah, no, we gonna have to hit up hit up a couple stores for sure.
Yeah,
Canned
yeah.
goods, water. Shit, we might. You never know what might happen on that grocery store run though with a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. What if your mom got
You,
bit? What you gonna do? You shooting your
mom's
mom?
got bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got two, dog. It'd be
You
tough. It
take
ain't gonna
her?
be easy. Nah, I wouldn't want her to suffer like that for real. That's the thing. That's how I look at it.
Sh-
I I couldn't look at that. I'd
Shoot.
rather start. I'd rather start accepting the fact that I had to off moms being a zombie than
Oh
look
my
at her
God.
like that every day. I don't know. I seen movies like that too, though. Like they chain up their family member for a year, 2 years. Yeah,
Listen,
no, then they end up getting bit.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
I never understood that. I'm popping something.
yeah,
Ah! No. But thank you for participating in that, dog. Now let's get into the Brad Newman journey, dog. It's very interesting, man. And like I said, I appreciate you
sure.
coming to the show. The first thing I'm gonna start off by saying is who influenced you to play sports?
Oh, pops all day. It's pops all day. I mean, me growing up, I don't remember it as much, but I know that's where the love of the game came from. I mean, Pops used to hoop all the time. Uh, I used to go up there with him, uh, Locke, Marlon Locke, shit, Mike Locke, uh, and watched him all the time. Whether if it was, I know I used to watch him at the park all the time when I was younger, but at 124th YMCA, 12th YMCA, Parkline, uh, like I used to watch them all the time for real, and that's where the love came from. Just watching them, and really just him kind of keeping me around it as I grew up. And uh, I would say it had to come from him. Really, that's it because I really ain't watched guys that was older than me at that time. I wasn't in it at that point growing up. I didn't really get in it until probably like sixth grade, seventh grade, really locking in and going to trying to get to a different level with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I remember you telling me stories about you know, your dad being extra hard on you, because you are the oldest.
Yeah.
Like most kids will break down from that, when they parents or and especially their father being super duper hard on them. Like how like looking back at it, how much do you appreciate your dad like being on your ass?
Oh man, I appreciate it to the fullest. Like I mean, it started off with him. The journey continued because of him, and it's gonna continue now. Like as I keep going on and on with basketball, it's gonna be done for him. Obviously, I want to make a living for my family and provide for everybody that's around me. Uh, give them a chance to experience things that they probably wouldn't experience if I wasn't in the position that I can be put in with basketball. But man, I mean, Pops had his own dream of wanting to play someday, and obviously, just like everybody else, they want to make it to the league. But basketball was his dream, and I mean, that got cut short once when he was in high school, and he ended up quitting. He actually quit the team. He couldn't do it. Coach had him running one day. He was constantly on him. Man, he just told him like, "I quit, man. I quit. I can't do this. You out here killing us for no reason." And um, he said that was one of his biggest regret when it came to hooping, bro, is that he quit because when he tried to come back, the coach wouldn't let him back. He's like, "Man, you're our best player. You got the most heart on this team, but the fact that you quit on me when we needed you most, in his eyes, he couldn't accept him back." Then after that, I came on. So really, basketball was really out the door. Like there was guys um, that was looking for people to go to different schools and colleges. They had connections, and they really all like my pops. But at that time, he had me, so he couldn't just up and leave and leave moms by herself. That's his wife, but he couldn't afford to take me and moms to whatever school he was gonna go to.
Mm.
Um, so that's really where it came from, man. It's just kind of giving him uh, a body to live through in a sense. Like even my first varsity game, like I lived like for that moment. I tell him to the day, like I want you to live through me because he never got a chance to experience that. He was only like a freshman or sophomore in high school when he quit at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And man, like just moments like that, then getting offers from different schools and going into college, like I wanted him to live through me through that. Him coming to my game, just sold out at my school and seeing I'm the guy, I'm the number one option, like I'm who they lean on. And him just seeing different aspects that he brought to the game, because he brought the toughness, the grit. He want to guard the best players. He taught the shit. Like seeing them different aspects in me, I feel like that's what gives him joy. And just watching me play is that he, like I said, he get to relive it, bro, through me, and he get to see it, and it like almost like he's seeing it through himself. So
Yeah, yeah, and that's dope, man. And I'm pretty sure your dad learned a real valuable lesson. Just quitting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure he quit because of the frustration at that time. But for the
yeah,
coach not to let you back on the team, like I know
hmm
that kind of like had to hurt your spirit, and I know he proud of you too. You and
yeah,
your other siblings. But especially you because you the oldest and stuff. So I know he proud of you to your basketball journey and all that type stuff. So and shout out to your pops, man. Very very supportive. And shout out to your mom, man. How supportive was your mom, man? Your mom's a gangster, man. You know what I'm saying? Not saying
dog,
pops,
no,
ain't mean, but mom's a gangster, man. How supportive was she, man?
it's it's it's
Through
crazy
basketball.
because mom's the gangster, pops is the nice guy, but when it came to hooping, that shit was totally opposite, totally opposite. So like when pops was super hard on me, uh, I get my ass whooped like at the games. After games, bro.
Yeah.
Like moms was the soft one to come in, like, come on now, you doing too much. Like no, dial it back son. Until until bro, I got in high school and I go a game at AU or something or whatever, and she come and I ain't performing. She ain't got nothing to say. She dang there. She right along with him. Like get that nigga.
Get that
Dog,
motherfucker.
she
You
used
running
to
up the
be
stairs and
hot,
shit, or what?
bro. She used to be hot, bro. Like when I got older, but it used to go on for so long that like he was the bad cop, she was the good cop. But Yeah, that's just how which was a good balance for me though. I tried to get away though. Some of them car rides, I'm riding with moms. Man, get your in this car. You riding with mom.
Oh, what the-
Yeah, you weren't trying to go
Oh,
for it.
and and just to hear, dude, that most kids from inner city don't like that percentage is very low with kids from the inner city growing up with their parents, and for you to have both of your parents, that's a wonderful thing. And I know both of your parents, and they work very hard for all their kids. But speaking of inner city, you grew up in the inner city of Milwaukee,
Hmm.
Wisconsin, but you chose Brookfield Central High School. Now,
Yeah.
before you tell me about Brookfield Central High School, what was your three choices? Like was they even on your pick, dog? Like when you was in eighth grade, or like how did Brookfield
You
Central come about?
I didn't even have no picks for real. So how I ended up going to Brookfield Central, majority of my childhood that I remember, I stayed right on 38th and Glendale. It was like 38th and Hampton. So I stayed right over there my whole childhood that I could remember. Then when I got a little bit older, in high school, I think like maybe yeah, like beginning of high school, maybe eighth grade, we moved to 81st and Custer. So where I stay now,
Mm,
where I stay now, we moved over there, and but I was always in the Brookfield school district. So like, she was big on her that what her and pops had to go through coming up in school, elementary, middle, high school, uh, what they had to go through as far as fighting, getting jumped, feeling threatened. Like moms, she always tell everybody this story, and people be like, "You over exaggerating," and like it do sound like over exaggerating, but she really like get pissed off when she try to tell people like 15, 16 dudes like jumped her because she was the chick on the block that used to beat on everybody.
the
Like
gangster.
she beating on niggas, she beating on females. It don't matter who it is. And
Yeah.
some niggas jumped her. Like, but like that stuff, like them situations, so traumatizing her that when I came up, she made sure like I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make sure they ain't gotta go through what we had to go through. So they had this chapter 220 program, basically to where suburban schools um, allow for inner city kids to come and go to school out there. So they had a bus for us. We rode the school bus just like any other kid, just out there far. So we rode the school bus out there, and that started in K5. I was out there since kindergarten.
Mm,
So that's how, and like, but they break it down to where it's like, Brookfield East, Brookfield Central. So like everything's split up. Elementary schools, they got three elementary schools. Those schools are going to Brookfield Central. The other three is going to Brookfield East. But they all in Brookfield. Then you got two middle schools. You got Pilgrim Park, which is Brookfield East's, and then you got Wisconsin Hills, which
mm-hmm.
is Brookfield Central's, and then Brookfield Central, Brookfield East. But I went there from K5 all the way to my senior year of high school. And even in eighth grade, I didn't have, I mean, I had some options. I could have tried to go jump and go to King or jump and go to uh, Tulsa West, or it's other schools that wanted me. They was interested. But sixth, seventh, and eighth grade, Brookfield, the core, we was like them. Like
Yeah.
everybody that was the top guys in Wisconsin, like they struggled going through us. And that's how I got that. Like you ain't no tough guy role. You ain't. I'm not trying to be tough. First of all, like
Mm-hmm.
you a white boy. That whole persona, that narrative. Because I went to high school to school out there, but from the day to day, I was here in the city.
Yeah.
So I mean, people always try to do. They still do it to this day. Like, dude, you a Brookfield boy. You ain't no
Hey,
Milwaukee
shit, I
nigga.
do it to
Like,
this day, motherfucker.
I know. Like people, and
You
like
ain't ready for the
you my
fucking city
boy.
conference, Brad. Nigga.
But like I've been getting that my whole life. But it's crazy. Like I hated it early on, bro, and I always Like for the longest, I had like not a positive chip on my shoulder. Like I had a chip on my shoulder to really like press the issue is try to show dudes that I was tough. And I've never been a tough guy.
Yeah.
I didn't embrace that until I got older, until I was in high school and realized like, bro, I don't have to be the tough guy. Because what go on in between them four lines, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
whole different camp. That's your tough guy right there. That's your dog, your demon. Off the court, I'm cool, bro. I'm chill. And that's just pops in me. Like that's how pops is. Now
Yeah.
my brother Shamar, he like moms. He cutthroat, ruthless. He on 10, quick to go there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but that ain't me. But like, it just, I don't know, bro. It went all the way. I've heard that all the way throughout my whole little upbringing. And I feel like that's really what kind of put the right chip on my shoulder for real. Like just kind of taking that, using that as energy and fuel to kind of like prove so many different people wrong in a sense.
Yeah. Now it's two things. The first thing I'm gonna ask you is when you got put in that when you was going to Brookfield, you know, elementary, middle school, all of that time, was it difficult for you going to school? Like, you know,
Oh yeah,
yeah, around that time, like were your
yeah,
parents
it
like
definitely
helping
was.
you understand like how shit can go being at these schools?
They really didn't even have to kind of explain it to me because I'm not dumb. Like I was very aware of my surroundings, and I knew like that there was a difference between us. Like me and them, there was a big difference. And for so long, bro, I was trying to be like them. Like you can hear it in my tone of voice. You could hear it in this ain't just like no educated young black man tone. Like I was really that became me for so long as a little kid growing up that I was trying to be like them when I didn't have to be. Y'all was either gonna accept me for who I am and or not. So
Yeah,
it is what it is, and that's what it turned out to be. But it was tough, bro. I mean, I'm talking about like racial shit. It it don't matter. Like niggas trying to pick on me because I'm smaller, scrawny black dude, and you get these big foreign boys at 12 years old, 13 years old. They big and they think they can walk all over you. They think they the dude. They can't stand for white girls to be interested in you, and they might not say it like with their words, but you can see it. You can see how they move, and you can see you not invited to certain stuff on purpose. Like, come on now, I'm invited to everything. Like, and you just start to see different stuff, bro. And as I got older, I just learned to embrace it. Like, they don't accept me for who I am, or I don't care. Like, it is what it is. Like, y'all, I see y'all at school, and that's it.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Riley was the only dude I saw outside of school, and that's because we play AU together. Like other than that, like I never saw them outside of school. Like even after high school, bro. Like they don't keep in touch with me. Like I see here from a couple people here and there, but they don't keep in touch with me. Like I see Riley kicking with them guys all the time. Like
yeah,
those his guys, but they was never my friends to be like, hey, like we gonna keep in touch after high school. We gonna visit each other in college, spring break trips, all this other stuff. Like,
mhm,
nah, I was never part of that.
yeah, yeah,
But and it definitely, I seen it all throughout. Moms try to remind me over and over, like you can't handle certain stuff because it's tempting, bro. Like you being the only black kid, one of the only ones, and some days you just ain't got it to hold it in. And I didn't cross the line before out there, and they be quick, ready to get you up out of there. Like
yeah, yeah,
expel, you gone. Nah, like you can't. Little things that a white kid would get disciplined for, you get a harsher sentence for, just like it is in real life. Just
yep,
like it is in real life. So, I mean, I think I did a good job handling it. My little brother Shamar, he struggled with it more than I did because Shamar more cutthroat than I am. He ain't gonna never change, um, so you can accept him or adapt to his environment. He gonna always be who he is, and they didn't like that for the longest. I mean, they didn't. It didn't been instances where moms had to go up there and really check them, like y'all is not finna treat my son any different than y'all treat them. And so like, it was. We had both different ways of how we dealt with it, but in different
Yeah.
situations we had to go through. But it was all a learning experience, and I'm glad I had to go through it. To be honest, help me in this world today. I'll tell you that.
Hell yeah. Look, you went through it at an early age. See, I went through my culture shock when I my freshman year in Minnesota. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, I got white kids on the basketball team. Oh shit. I got, you know what I'm saying? Like white kids in the school. Like, going to Vincent, shit, it was the white people, the white kids that went to Vincent, they damn near had
Yeah.
flavor. We didn't even consider them white. We thought they was black. So, but for you to go through that at an early age, though, I know that shit was tough because I remember
Yeah.
like Tulsa East wanted me to transfer, and I just remember like just going up to the school one day. I don't know why, but just like to check the vibes out, and I'm like, oh hell no, it's too many. I'm straight.
Yeah.
You know,
And that's
so
crazy, Q, because they ain't even that many white people at Tulsa.
well, shit, motherfucker, I'm 37, Brad.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you would have went to Brookfield Central at your time compared to Tulsa East at your time, I bet you any money you'd have been like, whoa, like this is too. I thought
It's a
Tulsa
lot
East
of
was bad.
Negroes in here.
For
Why?
real, for real.
Yeah, yeah, but and especially like the way I thought back then, I was young minded as a bitch. I was a kid, but yeah, the way I thought, like, hell no, I ain't going to school with them. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you choose Brookfield Central High School. You go in there. Now on the basketball side, like, how was it for you? Did you come in playing freshman, JV, varsity?
It was terrible, bro. Like in the beginning, it was terrible because we had went my eighth grade year, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade Q. Like we rarely lost tournaments, leagues we was in. We never really lost. Like we didn't even play with our school feeder program until we was in eighth grade, sixth and seventh grade, and I think some of fifth. We played on this team called Brookfield Warriors, which was a combination of the entire Brookfield community brought into one. So, but like four or five of us played for round select at that time. Um, and in eighth grade, we had to go play for our own team. The high school coach was like, "Hey, we want them to play for our high school's youth team instead of playing for y'all feeder program team." So, we ran through that the whole year. I'm talking 10, 12 tournaments we was in. We won all 10 or 12, maybe lost one or two. But uh, we did that. We won state in eighth grade. Like we was expected to be like that class was gonna be the class in high school. So when I got in high school, like we all knew Riley was gonna be on varsity. Everybody knew that. I mean, from parents, coaches, fans, like everybody knew he was gonna be on varsity. But the expectation was the other better players, me, Elijah, Luke, Caleb, was all gonna be on JV. And probably practice here and there with the varsity as we get older, as we grow, or whatever. But I was the only one that ended up. I had to play freshman my freshman year. I played freshman my entire freshman year. I played JV my entire sophomore year. At the end, when my season was over, my sophomore year, I practiced with the varsity. Uh, Riley got hurt going into the playoffs, so they potentially needed another guard. And they had me suit up. So there was a chance I was going to play, but I didn't play. That was when we played Riverside at Brookfield Central. That's when they had Bakari and Shamari. They had J Rock. They had Philip Nolan. They had Big PJ Posey. They had TJ, athletic as wing, 6'6". Who else they had? They had like three or four other dudes, bro. They was loaded, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous.
You know why you was nervous,
Q,
right, Brad?
bro. No, you
M
don't worry
U
about that.
S.
I just ain't played
Oh,
VAR. That's why.
okay, go ahead, go ahead.
so, so like bro, like I was nervous, bro, and like I feel like humility is a big thing that people need to like really learn how to accept. And at that time, like I could sit here today and admit at that point in my life, I was more fearful rather than like was able to enjoy that moment, even though I didn't even play. I got a chance to suit up or whatever, but I was scared, Q. I was nervous, bro. Like I'm telling myself I would never say it out loud to nobody, but I'm like, I'm not ready for this. I could have prepared for this all year and then been ready. But you just throw me in the fire like this, like I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
Like I'm a battle and all of that, but man.
But
So
you don't think, but Brad, you don't think that was your opportunity to show like
it
all the
definitely
people
was an
that was talking
opportunity.
about you, like, man,
Man,
you a
it
white boy,
definitely
you this, you that, you out there at that school,
it
and you don't think that was your
it
opportunity?
it definitely was an opportunity, Q, but I mean, like throughout that whole like them other years, it probably would have been my biggest opportunity because even on Ray Allen, bro, like I didn't play that much either. I didn't play that much when I played with Round Select. Like, yeah, we was beating everybody. Like, we was running through all the city teams. Like, any city team was scared to play us. And if they sit here and lie and say they wasn't, that they jacking. Like, 100% guarantee you can ask Chris Howe, anybody that you know that we both know, like, they'll tell you, like, bro, when we had to play Round Select, we was scared, bro. Monte, all of them. That
Yeah.
was when John Carson was number 1 in the state. Like he was like playground was scared to play us, bro. Like for my
Yeah.
age group. So, but like I feel like yeah, maybe you never know what would have happened. But I mean, everything played out for a reason, bro. And like I used to be mad that like I didn't play JV my freshman year, play VARS or sophomore, and get to learn and grow how I wanted it to. But that wasn't the plan. Obviously, that wasn't the plan. And I got a chance to learn how to be the guy on my own, which all in all, if the coach at that time want to take credit for that was his plan, then hats off to him. He'll say that probably because he want to take credit for how things turned out.
Mhm.
But I really feel like I'm gonna take credit myself because I embraced this. I had the chance to just jump ship, leave, go to King, and probably can have a ring.
Yeah.
I could have easily did that. But I didn't. I ended up sticking it out. I was the guy on freshman, 25, 30 a game as a freshman. JV, I did the same thing. I tore that up. I got double teamed and all of that. So like I got used to being the guy. So when I got to varsity, like this was a weight lifted off of me and Riley's shoulders. Now Riley got somebody back here that's gonna battle with him that ain't nervous and scared and gonna go to war with him. So
Mhm.
yeah, we didn't win. I didn't. We didn't win a state title, but we lost 2 games in a matter of 60 something games in 2 years. Q.
Yeah, that's a beast.
Like man, like we didn't win it. We didn't win a state championship, but we only lost twice on my entire varsity career.
Mhm.
Like that, it's crazy, bro. Like, and I appreciated that because that prepared me for when it came back, AAU came back around, it prepared me for when I went to college, being on my own, learning that you know how to be the guy. You ain't never had to just defer. You ain't just got that in your game. Because I was just a playmaker for so long, and that's all I could do. I would get to the paint and catch and shoot, and but I turned into more of an all around player. And then the more and more I got older, I turned into more of a combo. And then, but I can do both. I can be a PG. I can be a scorer. So,
Mhm. Now, when you were playing freshman and when you was a freshman and then JV when you was a sophomore, how
hmm
pissed off was your dad? Because your dad put in a lot
oh
of work
man,
with you, and for him
nah,
to see you play like freshman as a
he was
freshman,
hot, bro.
like,
Him, Pops, and the varsity coach did not get along at all. Like, Pops really went on like hate is a strong word, but I know my pops and like he don't really have hate for people, but he did not like them at
It
all.
was like
He
it was almost that degree of hating
he
them.
didn't he respected Riley's dad, but he didn't like him because of that situation. Like Riley's dad had a lot of pull in the Brookfield community. He could have made sure that happened if he really cared about me in any aspect. And I'm not saying he don't care about me, but that's why I don't get mad at Riley. I don't get mad at his dad because what would you do for your son? Is how I look at it. I'm not trying to put on the next kid when I'm trying to get
My own kid.
my own kid on. So like I don't fault them. I don't fault Riley. Most people be like, how can you be cool, Riley, and like his dad? Like I had people ask me that. I'm like, bro, Riley's like my brother, bro. Like we really went through battles together. Like we went through battles against each other. Like that's my boy. Like I couldn't fault him for something that he couldn't control. He was a kid like I was. So
Yeah.
what was Riley gonna do for me? Then his dad, he was doing what was best for his son. He always did what was best for his son. Bro, we used to have hundreds of coaches come up there, bro, just to see Riley from high major to low major. Like, and we used to play open gyms. Bro, I used to embarrass him in open gym. And that's my boy. Like, I don't know if he would ever admit it, if he would ever
Oh
acknowledge
no,
it,
he not
but
gonna admit it, y'all guys.
he got it got so bad to the point too they used to put us on the same team. They've never done that. Why is the two best players in the gym on the same team? Like, then throw Elijah on our team. Like, come on now, bro. Why are we on the same team for an open gym? It's because it used to get ugly in there. And they knew I wasn't gonna stop. I needed schools. I needed these looks. I was using this as an opportunity. Shoot, we just went live period tournament a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It wasn't that many coaches or any coaches at all watching us. Okay, cool. I ain't tripping. I got 10 coming in this week at my school. So
Yeah.
I'm torching. I'm torching, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting like respect here and there for certain coaches. Like, hey, like, can I talk to you? Like, they introduce themselves, they like my game, keep working, this and that. But I never received nothing after that from any of them schools. And that's because, and the one part that do make me upset, Bart, is Riley had a vision when he got 17, bro. And he knew where he wanted to go. I don't care if he had 5, 10 schools that he wanted to keep for himself. Them other 20, 30 schools, bro, you could say, look, I'm not interested in you. I love your program, but
Oh, here go my bro Brad Newman Jr.
man, come on now. Because I know Riley dad was doing it for Brady. I know Riley dad was doing it for Reed. I know he was doing it for all of them. They all played around together. And you know why he did it? It's because their dads was there at every practice. They was there at every game. They was a part of that program just as much as Riley was a part of that program and his dad. And we wouldn't have won as many games without them. So he didn't want to hear the shit he had to hear from it if he never looked out for them. What if he was snaking them out of schools? Like, nah, don't worry about them. But my son Riley, I know he wasn't doing that to them. So that's what part of me do get upset because he could have looked out for one school, just one.
It's one. Yeah.
The one would have started a chain reaction. You know how that shit go. One come calling, and the other one's like, "Whoa, why they offer him? Who is this?" Like, maybe we need to go look at him too. They come to an open gym, see me who, they might be like, "Oh yeah, I see why they offer him."
Yeah.
Come on
That
now,
yeah, he gotta throw that alley oop. He gotta throw that
yeah,
alley oop, man. Especially with you saying he was 17 and he already had like a thought in his head
bro.
like, hey, I know where I
Riley
want to
had
go.
every school Q. Riley had every school, especially after that last eight. So after that last live period, when we was when they played around, at that point I played with DT. I didn't play with them, but Riley had a. I remember this game. It was at Mequon out there at Homestead, and in the NY2A tournament, and I think it's Romello Trimble. I think that was his name.
Is that the
I
one he
think
was
I
shooting
think it
early?
was. Yep. So he was like number one point guard at the time, or top three. Him and like Quentin Schneider and all of them, like they was top guys. And this nigga Riley had like 45. And they beat them niggas. And they beat them. And Romelo Trimble team probably had like 6, 7 high major dudes on their team, bro. Riley had like 45. He killed that nigga. When I tell you phone call, Michigan State, yeah, like plenty phone calls is coming in after this. So I know now what he did want and was considering. I know he didn't want that after that. I know he didn't even want them no more. Boom, they're gonna lie. Boom. I gotta see you at school tomorrow anyways.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. I gotta see you all at school till we get done. Like he really torched him, bro. And that's when I knew, like, all right, he really could if he wanted to. Boom. Here, take this. Boom.
Yeah. Now, did you and Riley ever talk about this? Like, did y'all talk about it
Nah,
at the
we ain't
time?
never we ain't never had this conversation ever. And we've talked about so much stuff, bro. We've talked about overseas stuff. We talked about just life in general. Uh, he's been through a lot of stuff in his life, and
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really even tried to sit down with him and have a conversation about it like in depth. But I mean, I checked in on him at times like that. Like like that's my boy, bro. Like no matter what, I'm always look out. Like if he ever need anything, I'm always try to shoot. Like let's kick it here, let's hang out, let's chop it up, whatever. Like whether or not if he wanted or not, or if he down for it or not, I'm always reach out first. If I got to, I ain't like that with him. Like me and him got a different relationship that maybe everybody don't understand, but as long as me and him
As long
know
as
what's
y'all
up,
understand, yeah,
then
that's all that
that's
matters.
all I care about.
Mm-hmm.
Man, but
Now,
we never talked about it.
oh, okay, okay. Now, junior year, you play varsity.
Yep.
Two things. The first thing I want to know though is how was you in the how was you in the coach relationship playing varsity your junior year? Like, was it like a love hate? Was it like, you know what, I'm on varsity, I gotta respect dude, but I really it low key irritated with your ass. Shit, I played freshman in JV, and I knew I was supposed to been on VAR. How was your relationship
It
going into junior year?
me going in, it probably I put up with it and I dealt with it because I mean I've always been brought up on the grounds that like of respect. Like at that point in time, people be like, respect is given, not earned. When you a kid, no, that shit go out the door. Ain't no respect is given and and then you get it in return. No, you respect any adult as is. You don't get to running your mouth crazy. Like this younger generation is different, bro. Like
Yeah,
different. You're a child still at the end of the day. So you gonna give respect to any adult that you step in the presence of. But like that's how I was, no matter what I felt in my heart. Yeah, I did have a little hatred toward him. I little animosity here and there. Like even as the season went on, bro. Like me getting taken out in moments. I'm sitting on the bench. I'm coming back in. Yeah, I'm starting and stuff like that. But I need to be playing majority of the game. Like there's no reason for me to come out. Like so, like yeah, stuff like that used to upset me. And going in, I used to be frustrated. But I never let them see that.
yeah,
I never let them see any other side of me besides the side I wanted them to see ever because I don't want to be with that image of he the angry black boy. He he the rebellious black boy that think he cocky. Like people used to always say it all the time. Like you cocky, bro. Like even in middle school, bro. You cocky. I'm like, bro, I'm not cocky, bro. I'm really just like I'm confident in my abilities. I know my worth at least. Like I'm not
hmm
expressing this to the coaches or none of that. Like, but I know my worth. Like, and my worth is I work harder than all of y'all. Y'all have no idea what hard work is. And yeah, I might not be what y'all think I am or what y'all think an elite caliber player is, but I work on my game
hmm
religiously. 4:30 a.m. getting up. Marty Mitchell coming to the house and we doing different like yoga stuff and strength and stuff like that. Then I'm going to school. Then I'm coming home from school. I got workouts. I got practices. And then my pops making me do push-ups and sit-ups before I go to bed. Then got to do get more shots up outside because he thought at practice my shot looked funny and I wasn't handling the ball tight. So we outside for another hour, 2 hours late at night, getting some more work in. Then go back in the house, homework, do the chores, got to clean the kitchen, the bathroom. Like then I get up, do it again. I did that from sixth, seventh grade, you all the way to through high school. And this wasn't by choice. Like Pops was on me. He made sure I went through plenty of trainers. Like he made sure that that happened. But like going back to the respect thing, like I didn't really have no hate for him, no Q. Like it just was. I had to accept it. It is what it is. It's behind me, and only way I'm gonna get better is if I look forward. So that's how that went going in.
Yep. Cause y'all, excuse me, cause that year was the year y'all had a really, really successful year, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. What y'all record wind up being?
So that's where I was wrong. We didn't lose two games in 2 years. We lost three. So our record ended up being was he like 28-2 or 30-2, something like that.
Wow, your
Because
junior year.
yep. So that's when we went in and first game of the year we played undefeated Germantown. So we played them. That's when they had Lamonte, Jake Showalter, the two big dudes. They had Monte Brother Brian. They had Luke Fisher
Ooh,
on their team. They was loaded, bro. Like they hadn't lost in a couple years, and
mhm.
we played them the first game. We ended up going down to the wire, and we missed a game winner. We was down one. We missed a game winner, and we finished out the rest of that season. We didn't lose until the playoffs. We ended up losing.
When y'all lost in the playoffs, who did y'all lose to?
We lost the King my junior and my senior year. And bro,
Y'all
it
really
makes me
y'all
so
bro, that's
mad,
proving
bro.
my point.
Bro, it
Cause
made
you
me
wanna
so
argue with
mad,
me and
Q.
shit.
This is the thing. So like you know how like high school, bro, you used to have them summer league teams, like the summer league like tournaments or like leagues or whatever. Bro, we used to smack King around. I'm talking any Riverside King, South, Husker, it didn't matter who it was. I'm talking not no 15, 10 point game. We 40s, 40, 50, all throughout the summers, bro. And we got to this game, we start smacking them around. No, that was my senior year. But junior year, we was in a dogfight though. Like they had Austin, Malone Mitchell, which is
Oh
Mark's
yeah.
son,
Yep.
Chris, Montreal Hobbs. Uh, I think who else was on that team?
I remember some of them players. I remember Austin. I remember, of
I can't
course,
remember.
Chris.
Curtis Weathers though, he could shoot the shit out the ball, bro. They had and then they had a bunch of glue guys that just like they do the dirty work for real. Like
Yeah.
that's who we lost to my junior year. So we lost two games in that whole year. Um, but it was good. It was a good year though. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Now
bet
them
you some of them
other
teams would rather exchange the record with us.
yeah. Now, the rest of the games y'all won, would you say it was easy peasy? Or y'all had some like tough non-conference or conference games that year?
I say the whole season was easy until we played Sussex Hamilton, which was Brady Ellison team. Uh, Brady knew our offense inside and out. You gotta think about this. Exactly what we ran in high school for Brookfield Central. We ran everything to the T exactly for AAU for Ray Allen. So that playbook was the exact same. So Brady played on the team with all the plays that we ran. And we've been running these same plays since sixth grade. All these same plays since
Dude
sixth
had the
grade.
cheat sheet.
So we running high octane screening Q at sixth grade. We've been running that since for all these years, bro. But like we struggled with them. I think we had one game, bro. I get it was like one of the supposed to be the sweetest game. It's like Waukesha North. Nigga, we almost lost. We almost lost that game. And other than that, I think that was it, bro. I think for the most part, we was smacking everybody else around.
Everybody, it was easy peasy. Now,
bro.
what about
It
what's
was
name,
getting ugly.
Brad? What about your individual performance your junior year? Were you happy, like with your first time being on varsity? Were you happy with your own individual performance?
I wasn't. I wasn't at all. I wasn't happy. My pops wasn't happy because at that I took a step back, bro. I went from being aggressive, and aggressive ain't even got to be like making shots. I just or shooting shots. I went from aggressive on freshman JV, bro, to more passive and kind of like turned into a yes man. Like coach wanted me to pass the ball, move the ball, give Riley the ball, run the offense type thing. My whole junior year, and I used to piss pops off, and that's when mine started to turn over a different way. But I'm not defending you no more because you bullshitting. You going out there, you not performing, you being passive. You letting them just do whatever they want. Um, and that's I had a decent junior year, but it wasn't the junior year I should have had because I was
Yeah.
more than prepared. I was more than ready. I was more than capable.
Yeah, yeah. Now, okay, so but y'all fell short, and I wanted to ask you, your individual performance because it was your first year. You go through that first year, on varsity, and then senior year. What's your mindset going into that season? Knowing like just last year, shit, moms, pops told me I'm damn near bullshitting, and shit, this senior year, fuck it. Like, what's your mindset? What was your mindset going into senior year?
Senior year, I went in with a whole different mindset. I'm gonna be aggressive. Um, like we already sitting at number two in the ranking. We should have, and Germantown was number one. They didn't lose that whole year. So the closest game they had was us. They ain't even come within. Nobody came within like 20 points of them. Q that whole year. So I came in confident, bro. We getting a chance to go in different tournaments and stuff out of town finally because we so good. We getting different recognition. We playing in any showcase there was. We playing in it. Um, and like our schedule was loaded. Like we played everybody like that year. Like anybody that was somebody, we played them.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I was confident. I mean, and I knew like this was my last chance. I had no offers going into my senior year, so this was my last chance to show that I could do something, that I could make a difference. I could be the guy. I could play on an elite team and be the difference maker, be the reason why we win games. Because people look at it like they don't realize Riley and the rest of them guys are going to Brookfield no matter what. So would they have been as good as we were if I didn't go there? I don't think so. People be like, yeah, that's the same with Riley either. Y'all wouldn't have been as good without him. But that's not the case because he was going there no matter what.
Yeah.
He had no choice. He didn't have no choice. He wasn't going to no other school. He was gonna stick there and stay there.
Yep.
So
Yep.
like in the beginning, bro, it was my in the beginning I was confident, Q, but like I used to see that our coach used to literally coach to make sure Riley got his before he come out the game. Like he used to make sure he got his, and that's what I mean about how much pull Riley dad had with the coach, with the program. Like they made sure he got his. And like I said, he might not admit it, but everybody on the outside do. I won't say specifically like names, people that's in their circle, like we know. Like it might not be admitted to us, but we know. But like, and that's okay, bro. Like I said, what you gonna do for your son? You gonna make sure he's in the best situation possible, that he looks as good as he has to look. So
Yeah.
like, I had to just get a mentality like, fuck it, shoot.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
took me like them first we played some of the like a top 10, top 15 team. Two of them that was from Illinois. We played them down there in Peoria, smacked them up. Then we came back home, and I struggled that tournament. And we came back home. We started running through shit, bro, running through everybody
Yeah.
until we ran into our best games was Germantown that year and against Looney now that year.
And that's your senior year, right? Yeah, your
Yep,
senior
that
year.
was my senior year. Yep.
Yeah. Now let me tell you this shit, Newman. You know I told you this before, but the people watching that's gonna watch your episode don't know I told you
Yeah.
this shit. So I want to say the last time I've been to a high school game, man, is when of course, my old high school, Vincent played against DeMarcus Cousins. Now that was with Marvin Fitzgerald, all them. That was a
Hmm.
long time ago. I think they did in their class of like '07.
Yeah.
The next time I go to a high school basketball game is Germantown versus Brookfield Central. Now, a lot of people don't know this. I'm very, very, very close to Lamonte Bearden's dad. Shout out to my dog B. He said, "Man, Q, you're gonna want to come to this game." So I'm like, this true story, dog, bro. I was fucking coaching girls varsity at Hope High School. We had a game the same day y'all had a game. And luckily I was helping my cousin fucking coach. But I'm like, man, cuz I ain't feeling too good, man. I'm gonna miss today. We should win tonight anyway. Oh, okay, cool. Boom. I go to the Brookfield Central Germantown game. Cracking fucking game. And I just remember seeing this skinny motherfucker that I'm talking to right now. And I didn't know who he was. I'm like, damn, this little motherfucker, this nigga's nice. So I'm asking all these questions. So fast forward, and it was a good game. Y'all wind up winning the game. But the funny thing about the fucking story, Brad, is the newspaper come out the next day. And guess who's in front of the fucking newspaper? My cousin read he read the motherfucking newspaper, dog, and seen me in the front. Like, the only reason I'm not gonna get mad at you, because one, we did win. Two, you did go to a cracking ass game. At least it was a cracking game. So shout out to my cousin. Love you for that, dog. But the moral of the story is, when I came and seen y'all play, Brad, it kind of had me like, oh shit, I need to come back to high school games more. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So just tell me about that anyways, because like you said, man, I know it was sold the fuck out.
Hmm.
Man, it was college coaches in there. It was packed, man. But like, they beat y'all the year before.
Yep, by
What
one.
the hell going through your head before this game? Like, we getting these
Bro,
motherfuckers. This is my senior
no
year.
bull. No bull. Because in the summer, that summer after our junior year, we played them in the leagues and the tournaments. I think we might have split. Like we beat them once, they beat us once. And like going in, like we was confident, bro. You gotta think about it. This team that's made up plays us every summer and we kick their ass. Monte and them play for the scholars.
Whoa, chill.
The other you said what?
I said, whoa, chill. I'm a scholar for life, but go ahead.
No, but Monte and them play for the scholars. We smacked them. We've been smacking them since sixth, seventh, eighth grade. Then um, all the other white boys play for the swing, smacking them every time, smacking them up every time. So they combined, and like we was the only team in the state Q. Honestly, I believe that wasn't like scared of them, bro. They used to come in the gym, bro, and like people would fear them. We was the only team that they feared. It wasn't. It was reciprocated. They was scared of us, bro. They were scared to play. They didn't know what would happen. I don't think Monte's ever won the head-to-head matchup at that point in time with Monte Beard and Riley LaChance. So like at the end of the day, they top dog and our top dog. We got the big dog. They really got the little dog, and Monte really is like that guy. But like we was never scared of them, bro. We was never scared of them. The hype was crazy. Niggas ain't talking about nothing. When the schedule dropped for all high school sports, everybody in the city, in the suburbs,
Damn it, Brad.
that was
You
the most
froze. Hold on, you
anticipated
froze.
game,
You
dog.
froze. You said everybody in the city, what?
Everybody in the city and everybody in the suburb, bro. Like they was anticipating that game as soon as them schedules dropped. Like that's all they looked for all year. That's all we cared about. That's all and they cared about, bro. That this game was, I think tickets like probably started selling like the week before or 2 weeks, and we don't sell tickets like ahead of time, Q. Like we never do that. And all our games be damn near sold out, packed gym. Like, but this game, that shit was sold within hours, Q. Nigga, that shit was on like eBay. Motherfuckers selling the tickets on eBay, Q. Like for $100, $200 for a high school game.
Yeah, y'all outbeat us for sure at Vincent, and I played in some
Yeah,
cracking
no.
fucking
That
games.
shit was crazy, Q. That shit was crazy, bro. The atmosphere was crazy. Like, I'm looking at a big ass picture on the wall right now. I'm hitting a corner J in that same game.
Own it. Yeah, but when y'all beat them that year, though, Brad, I know because y'all the one too. I
hmm
know y'all got to be thinking like, dude, we beat Germantown. We win a fucking state this year. Y'all had to be thinking that.
Facts, bro. We had that in our mindset. We already had that in our mindset before, because we had to beat everybody during the summer that we had to beat. We know we can beat anybody, and once we got over that hump, we like, oh, we finna cakewalk. We finna cakewalk this state. Then we just got to beat them again, because
Yeah.
we know that's what we was gonna have to play. And, in the game we lost, Q, we was smacking King. I'm talking bad.
Yeah, you know
Dunking
what I'm
on
talking
them
about.
niggas, hitting trays. We up like 20 and a half bar. This shit is over with. I know they even thinking. Chris tell me, like, bro, we thought that shit was over. Like, it is what it is,
Damn. And y'all fall short to King. And I heard Riley score like the first 12 points. And
bro.
then,
It's the craziest, one of the craziest games I ever played in, bro. The nigga came out and he scored 12 straight.
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 I thought, okay, see, I said the first 12. I'm thinking
12 straight.
maybe
It might
three,
have been a dunk.
maybe.
It might have been like a dunk by Caleb in the middle somewhere, but it don't matter. That
I don't
shit
give a
felt like
fuck. You
12
said
straight.
12 straight. We sticking with that.
That
12 straight.
that nigga went crazy. I'm like, oh shit, this nigga turn it up. I gotta turn up. Hold on. So there's a thing though, after he do that, the nigga get like 2 fouls in the first quarter, Q. I'm like, oh shit. Then he get another foul. He come back in the second quarter, he get another foul. So now he gotta go out.
He
He
got
gotta
three
go
of
out.
them bad boys.
Q, he didn't score again until the fourth quarter in like the last like 30 seconds of the game. So he got another foul in the third quarter, his fourth foul. He had to sit from like the beginning. He sat the like majority of that game shit, besides the first like 4 or 5 minutes when he was going crazy. He sat for a chunk of that game. Then he didn't score again until he hit the fucking game tying bucket. He sent that shit in overtime. That's when the next time he scored. But I had to carry the load all the way. And that was probably my best game I had my whole year. This was against a city conference team. And just like you talk about that moment I could have had against Riverside, this was the moment against King. Even though we didn't win, I showed motherfuckers that I'm the one. I can be one of them guys that you give your respect to.
Yeah, yeah,
That was the start of me really like coming into my own for real. Was sold out gym, bro, against a city team, against the best defensive city team, best defensive team in the state, to be honest.
yeah.
When they come down for defense, that's what King was known for. They get in your shit, they make you uncomfortable, you turn the ball over. But I was hooping, bro. I had probably like 27, 28, 29. I don't remember, but I was balling, bro.
Yeah.
Like I carried us to the end of that game to give Riley. He had the moment to send in overtime, and we just couldn't do that. We had to finally. They had Chris would handle the rock at that point. They would put this dude named Jamil Posey. He was a lefty on the wing, and they would have a big dude that was the glue guy with screen our top guy because we played 1-3-1 zone. And um, they would have Chris just operate. They would put Jordan Poole in one corner, and they put Curtis Weathers in another corner. And Curtis Weathers used to shoot the ball just as good as Jordan. He was actually a better shooter than Jordan at that time. So they just spread the floor, bro. They got a lead, and we had to play man. And when we had to go man, we was fucked, Q. We didn't play man to man. Now one time, Q, in at Brookfield Century in like 7 years, 8 years, Q.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
We
dog.
played zone that whole time.
I'm gonna tell you this, dog. I've been holding in my motherfucking laugh for like the last 5 minutes, right? Because you said, yeah, we lost, right? But in my head, you still won that night because that's the night you lay eyes on your girlfriend, Dee Dee, right? So let the, so let the
Wait,
nigga.
let me break that down. At this time, Q, at that point in time, bro, I had my own girl. She
Oh,
had
okay,
her
okay.
own nigga. Wait. It's
But
funny.
yeah, it
It's
don't mean you
funny
couldn't lay
though.
eyes on her still. But go ahead.
It's funny though. It's funny though, Q, because like at that time I had my own girl, bro. She had her own boyfriend, but like at some point in time, like they was like on and off, like in their relationship, like throughout high school. So like I used to like shoot my shot, and that, like chop it up with her, communication, when I could. But she, it was funny because her nigga was like on King, and like my girl went to King at that time. So like it'd be moments, bro, where like it was one moment where like I got a rebound and like this nigga came and picked me up for nigga, the whole King crowd went crazy. Everybody on their feet. Like, yeah. No, that shit was so funny, bro. I like hit him with some. He fouled me. They called foul. Then I just look at the crowd, bro. I'm talking plenty shit, bro, on the King side. That shit was cracking, bro.
That shit
But
funny as a bitch.
that
Here I
shit
am
was
holding my
cracking.
laugh like,
That shit was cracking, bro.
no. All right, but no, y'all fall short against King, man. Senior year and shit. After the season, man, you got any offers? Like, what route do you take, man? Like,
Man. So after the season, bro, I ended up I had a couple. They was mainly all JUCO offers. Really, that was really the route I wanted to go. Like I had like some bullshit, like D3 stuff, a couple like garbage D2s.
mm,
Um, like the best D2 at that time I probably had was like Parkside that was interested in me, and then like Cardinal Stretch wanted me bad, nigga. Them niggas at my high school games, and I was a freshman. They used to come to my freshman games, but
mm,
like I didn't really have much, so I ended up going the JUCO route, and I originally committed to North Plate. Junior college, and that's where I was originally going until Curtis Weathers' dad, he ended up calling my dad like, "Hey, like, I think Brad should go to this JUCO. I got a guy out there who coaches them," and that's how I ended up changing my mind. And he really, he really sold me, Q. Like you know how you just high school dude, like this nigga, like, yeah, no, you know what? Instead of me flying you in on a visit to see the campus, I'm gonna fly to you, son, meet your family in person. And that shit sounded good, Q. I'm like,
that
dog,
sound
coming to my
amazing.
crib, you wanna meet my family? Nigga come there, he got a laptop and shit, PowerPoint slides and all that. It sounded good, it made me feel good. Way better than the other one, the other JUCO that I was gonna go to. So nigga, I ended up committing there, changing my mind, decommitted from where I was committed to, and I committed to them. And Q, when I went to this fucking school, this shit, this shit was in a town of like 3, 4 thousand people. It was a Mormon town, folks. It was in the
Sweet
middle of
home
nowhere.
Alabama.
This shit was in the middle of nowhere, bro. Like 3 hours from Phoenix, 2.5 from Tucson, in the middle of the desert, bro. I'm like, oh man. But JUCO, dead cracking. Dead cracking. I would not change nothing about JUCO. I would not I would want to go back to JUCO and do it all over again if I could. That shit was dead cracking, bro.
JUCO be cracking. So
Mm,
you choose the middle of nowhere. Man, tell us
basically,
about your did you wind up going there for
I only
2 years?
played one.
Oh,
So
you
that
played
was my
one.
plan. Yeah, that was my plan, bro, was to go JUCO, and I was already eligible, academically eligible. Me and this big tall dude from like England. He was the only other dude that was eligible too academically. But like that caused so much tension throughout the year, bro, because we was the only one that could talk to coaches and have communication with coaches. And as a 17, 18-year-old player coming into a JUCO, like y'all all think y'all the guy. Like, and they not hearing from those schools. They don't know if people are interested in them. But I'm hearing from him. He occasionally hearing from him because he was just all right. He wasn't that good. He was all right. But like it made people jealous, bro. But it was a up and down season, bro. Like I just got into it and fought my teammates and shit. Like it was over jealousy, shit, and um, as far as like on the court stuff, bro. The lineups fluctuate like crazy at JUCO. You start for 7 games, then 3 games you don't start. You're not playing that many minutes, then you just back starting again playing 35 minutes. Like it was weird as hell, bro, at JUCO. But I made the best out of it, bro. Like that was my whole goal was to try to get better looks, and that's what I turned it into. I mean, I did what I was supposed to do. I probably could have stayed another year, Q, and got way more D1s and shit like that. But I wasn't D1 chasing. That's the thing. And I think that's what the younger generation problem is, bro. They get caught up in this mindset of D1 chasing when you need to find a program that like lets you be you, accepts you for who you are, lets you play your game you want to play.
Yep.
Because guys go to these D1 schools, bro, and that's why so many dudes be transferring all over the place, going from 1 to 2 to 3 different D1s because what you thought you were, you either not. What the coach thought you were, you're not. And what
Mhm.
you thought you could get away with, that you got away with in high school, you not getting away with it. So like guys be D1 chasing, go to a program that really like accepts you for being you, bro. People fail to realize like a very low percentage of people you go to the NBA. Everybody know that. Low percentage of people make it to the NBA. So the overseas market is crazy. Very low percentage of guys fresh out of college go to top leagues and get paid top dollar. Low
Mhm.
percentage. Guys like who can I name? There's one guy I can name Marcus Howard. Marcus Howard tore that shit up in D1. He high major. He go from league. He jumped from league. He go to top league in Spain, ACB, and Euro League, and that nigga get paid probably high six figures, bro. But like that's a very low percentage of what happens. But now a lot of those guys in them leagues, bro, or even if it's not the top league, Q, the second division that's elite as hell, they all they better players are D2 guys. A lot of the better players overseas are D2 guys, D3 guys, NAIA guys. A lot of them. I'm not saying like majority or 90% of them, but a lot of guys are D2 guys because they go recruit players that already know how to be the guy. They don't want to go grab a D1 guy to be they one. If you only got 2 imports on the team, they not finna go grab a D1 guy that average 5 points, 4 rebounds in 20 minutes of basketball. They're not going to grab that guy. They're going to get the D2 guy that averaged 20 and 8 and played all majority of the games, and he know how to win, or he know how to be a dominant scorer or whatever it is, like or a great lockdown defender and scorer. Like they going to get those guys.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
like
agree.
D1 is good, bro, but it ain't all that it's made out
Like,
to be,
yeah,
bro. It's a great experience. Like what's killing the world in today is the money aspect of it now. So now even more guys finna try to D1 chase Q. They finna they finna start going places just because they want the money. Because they know they probably not gonna make it to the NBA, but they know if they go here, they could turn it into a lot of money and stay 4 years and make some cheese and be straight.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought up the D2 stuff because I played Division two. You know, I was
Hmm.
in high school D1 chasing. Shit, that's all we had though. We had Preps Plus, newspaper, and D1 chasing.
Yeah.
So times is different. Well, to a certain degree. But when I tore my ACL and I went the junior college route and I played Division two, I embraced it just like you. You know,
Yeah.
now you didn't get injured, but you went the junior college route and you signed with Lindenwood University.
Yep. Yep.
And how was it going into Lindenwood? How did you know, Brad, that that was like the school for you? Like, how did you know, like, man, I want to come to this motherfucker, dog? You know what I'm saying? Or was it more so
It's,
like, you
it's,
know what? I want my fucking schooling paid for.
yeah. So I mean, the goal was always to like get a full ride scholarship. That's something like my family ain't never been experienced. And like I said earlier, that's something that my dad could live through me with, as getting a full ride to go play basketball. It's an achievement in life, no matter where it is. It's an achievement, man. So what got me to go there though was uh, I had a numerous amount of schools when I was done at JUCO, but I got a phone call one day and it was from Coach Showalter, Germantown guy. I done went head to head with him majority of my life, AU, and he coached the swing for AU in high school at Germantown. So he called me. He said, "Hey, Brad, I got an assistant coaching job at Lindenwood University. It's Division two, and we need a guard." He's like, "Our guard that was here last year, he's gone, but we need a guard like to come in and play now." So I had a lot of respect for Coach Showalter. Like I would have loved to go, went to Germantown, but I ended up going on the visit. He's like, "There's a thing. Like, we're not making you an offer." Uh, his name was Lance Randall, probably one of the most honorable men I've ever met in my life, bro. Um, he he want to see you play first. So I'm like, damn, all right. So I just working out, um, continue to work on my game, and I had that visit coming up. So I was gonna see the campus and all that, and I was gonna play open gym with their players. The day before, and I fucked up my ankle, bro. Rolled my ankle, bro. And I'm like, damn, like I didn't already looked up the campus, school, the gym. I'm like, dang, this joint nice. I'm geeked to go on this visit. So I ended up messing up my ankle, and I called Coach Showalter, like, Coach, like I don't know how it's gonna go tomorrow. Like I'm just rolled my ankle, working out, but I'm still gonna be there, and hopefully I feel better and able to play.
Mm.
So he was like, okay. He's like, I hope you feel better. He's like, if not, it's fine. You still see the campus, things of that nature. And I got there, and I got my ankle tape. I'm like, shit, I feel decent, bro. I feel solid. Got my ankle tape, got ready, and it was a elite camp for high schoolers going on at that time. And the dudes that played there was working it. So if that ended, and I got a chance to see the campus first. And when that ended, we played open gym. So this the thing, Q. They took four of the high school players. Now think about this, Q. Like when you was like a solid guy and like guys was going to these elite camps, you was going to the D1 elite camps. You weren't going to the elite camps for the D2 school. So these guys were just like okay players. Like they wasn't really like that. So we ended up playing. I'm playing against five uh they guys that's been playing there the last 4 years, and I got four high school guys and me. We played 12 games. I didn't lose a game on that visit. I killed them niggas. The last game, Coach Randall came down. We didn't even after it finished, he came down. He cussed them niggas out. He cussed them niggas out, bro. And he told me, he said, if you don't know by now, you got the offer. He's like, you got the offer. He's like, this the thing though. He's like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to wait for you to make a decision. Like, we need a guard
Pressure.
now. Cause I told him I got like 2 more visits. I had just visited Loyola Chicago like the week before. And I still was gonna visit Sam Houston State. And those are two D1s. So I'm like, man, I'm like, dog, coach, like, I just need, give me like a week. I got 1 more visit. Like, give me a week. He's like, all right, I'll give you a week. We want you. I want you to know that. But we have also offered 2 other players. And if one of these guards accepts, the offer is no longer on the table. And he had the feeling that they wasn't going to accept, but they still was interested. It was a chance they could get them. But he told me, like, but if one of them accept, the offer's off the table. So me and Pop start driving back to the crib. St. Louis only like 4 hours, maybe 5 hours around that time. So we start driving back. 20 minutes in, I look at Pops. I'm like, Pops, what'd you think? He like, man, I like the campus was crazy, the gym crazy. He like, I like how Randall, he cut it to me raw. Like, he basically just told me, like, I always ride for you. I never lie to you. And my biggest thing is don't you ever lie to me. He like, no matter what, if you right or wrong, tell me the truth. And I always go to bat for you. And ever since that day, I respected him to the fullest, bro. Like, and my pops was like, I really like how cutthroat he is. He reminds you of everything, like everywhere you came from. And what made me end up liking him more is that he had plenty like the Milwaukee guys under his belt before, and they all had known him. So you had Lil Jarrell played for Randall, Chimp Kadima played for Randall, Trent played for Randall, and he recruited so many other dudes that I know, and that he wanted. So my pops was just like, what you think? I'm like, I'm finna call him back. I'm coming. So I ended up calling Coach Showalter. Like, hey, coach, like, I just want to let you know I'm committing. I'm committing to Lindenwood. And he was like, for real? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, man. I'm happy to hear that. Congratulations. I'm gonna relay the message to Coach Randall. Be expecting a call from him soon. And we can't wait to get you down here. And that's how that Lindenwood journey started right there.
That's cracking. And just say you went D1 at heart, is Lindenwood D1 now?
Facts. Fact.
Bro.
Me and my homie TJ say that all the time. Like, how y'all get rid of all y'all actual D1 guys and then go D1? That shit crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So man, you signed that letter of intent. Now I remember signing, and it was a good ass feeling for me. So I'm pretty sure it's a
Man.
good one for you. But when you get onto campus, like, is it when school started, you on campus, uh, even the basketball part, is everything like falling together like you thought like going into the school, making that decision?
Oh yeah. It was, bro. Like, Randall, he cut it clear as day from day one. Like, you didn't go in there like most schools, especially D1 schools, you go in there like they know who they guys are gonna be, and everybody else gotta fall in line, and then they'll make a rotation under that. With Randall, it was open. It was open. You're gonna earn these spots, and whoever earn these spots, that's who it's for. So, so hear me, bro?
Yep, I can hear you. Yep.
Yeah. So that was my favorite part, bro. So every day was a battle. Every day was a fight. And he says still to this day, I'm the hardest working player he's ever coached. Every
Mm.
time I talk to him, every time I talk to one of the assistants on the staff, that's like the first thing they say. It was like, "What's going on?" The hardest working player I've ever coached in my life. That's how they get on the phone, bro. But he say that if you ask him, you ask anybody, even my teammates, bro. Like, I went so hard, like when I first got there, and even especially when I came back there. Like I went so hard, bro. I was a leader on the court, off the court, uh, and like I pushed everybody and I led by example. That was the biggest thing. You know, you get all these guys that try to coach be a player coach, and uh, they want to talk a big game, but they not giving the same effort that they demanded from their other players. But I was always leading by example first, and then if you're not on your shit, then I'm on you. So like it was a good experience, bro. Like when I first got there, uh, and I embraced it, all of it. I mean, obviously, you know how that go. Like get to campus, like you got new dudes on the basketball team. Everybody's looking and trying to find out who you are. Um, but that was all. I embraced it all, though. It was cool, bro. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. And in your time being there, like your 4 years, you went to Lindenwood. Who was like the toughest team? The motherfucker who gave you a hard time, if they gave you a hard time. And did y'all play any non-conference game? Like, just tell us more about that. Because shit,
So
yeah.
most people, when you think of the toughest team, because a lot of people know about this game when we played Marquette here in Milwaukee. Most people think that's gonna be like our toughest team we ever played, and that's not the case, bro. When we played this school called Northwest Missouri State. So when I went to Lindenwood, bro, Northwest had won like 3 national championships in the last like 4 or 5 years. And I could probably say, bro, you could take that Northwest team that was there, Q, and they would give 90% of D1s a problem, bro. Like easily. Like when they went my senior year, I think, my last year there, or no, not the last year. I'm trying to think. My second year there, bro, they gave Duke a run for their money, bro. And Duke was loaded. In that first half, they was giving them a run for their money because the way D2 worked, if you win the national championship, you play Duke the first year, first game of the year in the exhibition. Bro, they was giving them a run for their money in the first half, bro. And Duke was loaded. So like that's why I say like to people like Northwest Missouri State could have given 90% of Division I schools a problem, bro. Like they had size, they had the guard play, they had the shooting, they had the athleticism. Like they was a D1 program for real. Like in football and basketball. They
Mm-hmm.
was national champions like every year, every other year. Like they was monsters, bro. But that was probably the hardest game, the hardest team I ever had to go against. They was well coached. Um, it was tough, bro. I think I only beat them like once my entire time there in Lindenwood, maybe twice. And we played them probably a total of 8 to 10 times.
Damn. That must be yeah. They must. Did they go D1 or they still D2?
No, I think they still D2. I think every year, like them and Central Missouri, which was in our conference, got asked to go D1 like multiple times, bro, and they always turn it down. But yeah, no, I think they still D2.
Okay. Now, what about stats, accolades, awards?
So stats wise, I'll just talk about my senior year because my first year, I think I averaged like 13 or something like that as a sophomore.
Which is solid as
Uh,
fuck.
yeah, yeah, definitely solid, nigga. I had a unanimous MVP, first team, all conference, unanimous first team, all region. He was an All American on my team, bro. This nigga he was the best player I've ever played with, hands down,
Ooh,
on my
Sal
team.
gonna hear this. Well, go ahead. Riley gonna hear
Best,
this.
I'm
Bar
just
right
saying.
here. I hear
His name,
this. No.
hey, his name was Corey Arnson, bro. His name was Corey Arnson, white dude. But you would not think he was a white dude. Folks was a dog, bro. He was a dog, and he played with I think for the St. Louis Eagles at the time. They Brad Bill Elite now,
Yeah, I
but he
already
played
know.
for the St.
I
Louis
played
Eagles.
against them in high school. I mean, well, not
So
in high school.
so like dog, we had him on our team. So and we was called Lindenwood University was called Transfer U. So we had all the transfers. So like we had a transfer that came in from France. He was 7'1". We had a 6'9" power forward that came from NIU. We had our three man was Corey. He came from Austin P D1 in Texas. Um, then we had Chandler at the two. He came from Richmond. He was 6'5". Then we had me. I was 6'1", 6'2" at that time. And I came and I was the only dude that came from JUCO. But I was transferring. Everybody else was D1 niggas, bro. Everybody was D1. And that's why I be telling people, like, we was loaded. Like the D2, we was in the best Division 2 conference in the country, bro. And these all D1 guys, these all guys that'll go that have been over there, over the waters and led their team and been the guy if they really wanted to pursue it as a career. But some they just didn't. They just decided not to. Like Corey could have he had NBA workouts, bro. Dude that was on my team, he had workouts for NBA teams and stuff. He didn't even want to do it. He was
What?
like, yeah, I'm falling out in love with the game. He didn't want to keep working on his game to try to take it to another level. He ended up stopping hooping.
That's the tough part. You got to keep going, but
Yeah.
that's yeah, that's the tough part. Shit, NBA workouts and said I don't want to fucking go.
Yeah.
Shit, shit. No, but no, wonderful career. Far as like school wise, it's like you didn't bring up like if school was difficult or not. Like, was it
As
difficult
far as
for
like
you?
the classwork, as far as
Yeah,
the classwork,
well, when I say difficult, I'm saying like all the shit you was doing as a kid, but then you got to be with the team, you got to work out, you got games, and you got to make sure you go to classes on time. You got to make sure this 20-page paper done. Like, how were you? Like, were you able to juggle that like pretty good?
no, it was. I think I found a balance, bro. I really ain't having no choice with my parents for real. And school never was a problem for me. Like I was always like they always say, my brothers and sisters, they be like, you was the gifted one when it comes to school. Cause like they feel like they struggled in school and now they feel like I didn't. But like I always had good grades in school. It wasn't until college I started slacking, but I always made sure I was eligible. I got my work done and that I was always on that floor. So like when I got to college, but throughout high school, middle school, elementary, I always had good grades. I got my stuff done, man. School was never a problem for me. And it wasn't hard to juggle it either because I used to manage my time well as far as that stuff. Like when I'm in study hall at school and I'm at school, I'm doing my homework. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not BSing because I know when I go home, I'm not trying to be up late at night doing homework because I know I got to clean the kitchen, clean the bathrooms. Me and Pop's gonna be doing something, getting back late from workouts or doing more stuff at the crib. Like so, it wasn't school wasn't never a problem for me for real. It wasn't until I got to college with all the distractions when I started slacking on my grades. It wasn't that I was ineligible. It just was I was going from an A student to like B or C because I just was
Yeah.
like, man, I'm being late. I really just being lazy, bro. I got all this free time, free from home. I ain't worried about my parents no more. Um, and JUCO wasn't a problem. That was the only time ever I've ever got straight A's when I went to JUCO. That's how
Yeah,
sweet it
you got no
was.
choice but to. Yeah, I know JUCO is sweet, but shit, you got no choice to do your work and play basketball. You
Facts,
out shit in middle of nowhere.
facts.
But no, I just want to make sure I'm giving you flowers, little cuz I want to make sure I ain't forget nothing. I feel like I
Yeah,
asked
no,
everything I need to ask about
going to
Lindenwood.
my senior year too, Q. That because I know I said I averaged like 13 my freshman year, but
Yeah.
senior year I ended up averaging like 22, like my senior year. And I used to be pissed, bro, because I got snubbed. I didn't even get first team, bro. I led the conference in scoring Q at my senior year. I got snubbed out and I didn't get first team all conference that year. I got like second team all conference, like third team all region, and like honorable mention, like something else, whatever the other word was. But I got snubbed that year, and I led the entire conference in scoring. And we wasn't at the bottom of the conference either, though. Like we was in the middle pack of like 16 teams. So like I still was solid. I could still see I didn't get player of the year. I didn't think I deserved player of the year. But first team for sure. I led the conference in scoring.
Hell
So
yeah, 22.
yeah. Like it just I mean it was what it was. I was pissed at that moment and it put another chip on my shoulder to keep grinding. But it is what it is. I've been getting that treatment my whole life. Shit.
Yeah, I'm already knowing. Now, when once you graduate from Lindenwood, you don't go overseas right away.
Nope.
When you don't go overseas right away, like what? Like, tell me why didn't you go like right after?
Man. So it was a process, bro. I signed to an agent. When I ended up signing to an agency, where I messed up, Q was I had an agency um, that was following me throughout my whole senior year, bro. Keeping in touch with me, just checking in on me. No illegal shit. It just was that the fact that he was there, like constantly communicating. And when the season was over, he wanted to make sure I signed with him. And why I should have signed with him, Q, was he never took more than 8 clients. So he always just took 8, and he had like a 85, 90% like success rate with getting guys jobs every year. So like I ended up taking calls from other agencies because they was coming in like a motherfucker. Like where I was, every agency wanted me to sign with them. Uh, so I ended up passing on dog and I signed with somebody else. And um, like dude was he was getting a lot of interest from me going in after school was over. So after May, like that June, end of June to July is like when a lot of guys get signed, that June to July time. So there was a lot of like second league Spain, second league Germany, Portugal, Poland that was all like interested like in me. Like they was all I had a lot of interest but those were great leagues and great teams, but they wasn't making no official offers yet. And then I had some teams in some lower leagues in different places that wanted me. But those were real offers. So he told me like he think I should wait. And what he would say was, it's early right now. We should just wait. Like it's real early. And now that I look back on it, he was trying to get the more bang for his buck. Because the more money I get paid, the more money he get paid. Or the better team I go to, the better he look as an agent. So um, we tried to wait, bro, and we tried to when we realized them teams didn't want me, the teams in the other leagues that were higher up, the other teams that we tried to double back on that did want me, they had already signed they imports for the year. So now I done missed out on them. So now we trying to play catch up. He trying to find me a new job. He couldn't find nothing. It was too late. So now the seasons is already starting. Now everybody roster is full. So we like, all right, we gonna wait until this time period, usually after the training camp stuff. So a lot of teams will send guys home and look to bring in somebody new because they ain't like what they got. So we tried to wait in that moment, didn't get nothing. So we like, all right, mid season, same thing usually happens. They send guys home, they bring in new guys, injuries happen, they send guys home, they need to bring in new guys. So he like, just be patient, like we fine, like we'll be fine. So I waited, bro, nothing, didn't get nothing. By then, shit, we didn't win a whole year without playing basketball, bro. So now I'm a year out, and now this is when shit, like it was already rough, the communication. Like he take forever to respond back. He was barely hit me up. I gotta reach out to him constantly for updates with 3, 4, 5, 6 different text messages. Um, the communication got bad, so bad to where like it was like I'll say like 3 weeks ago by, he don't even message me after that year had went by, and he'll respond like, "Okay, I'm reaching out to teams. Some teams are interested in you." That same thing went on again, cycle. That's year two. I didn't missed out 2 years of basketball. Now I'm going into after that year two was completed. I'm going around. I'm thinking I might grab something. Nigga, I ended up getting a car accident on my way to work. Actually, on my way to work, getting a car accident,
That's
tear
when
my
you broke
labrum.
your shoulder.
Yep,
Broke your shoulder.
tear my labrum in two different spots. So I ended up what we thought was a possibility of me getting some in Mexico or Canada or something, or Armenia or something, just to get my foot in the door, bro. That went out the window because I wouldn't have been ready in time. My shit wasn't back right. He promised me like, yeah, like I think we can get you back by August. Like I'm telling you, I think we can get you back. So I didn't lose all hope, but it was a tough road. And my rehab that was supposed to take 2 months, 2.5 months, that shit took like 5, 6 months, bro. And the surgeon ended up telling me like, I ain't never been able to say this, but I think I might have did your surgery too well. I'm like, too well? Like, yeah, man, I tightened that thing up like too tight. Cause that's why it took me so long to get my range of motion, to get my strength back. All of that different stuff. It took twice as long as what it was supposed to take. So now we go around, and when I do get back healthy, I done been in camps, exposure camps. I done been to um all different type of camps, bro. I done went to Mexico for different tournaments and showcases. Um, and now we on year three.
Yeah. Are
We
you at
going
this
on
time? Are
year
you getting
three.
like kind of discouraged? Like,
Man, I was by that third. I told after the last camp I went to, I believe it was in Arkansas. I think the Vegas one was the summer before that, but it was in Arkansas. And I'm like, man, if I don't get nothing out of this, I'm gonna give up. Like it is what it is. Because
mm,
most people in my situation, Q, bro, they wouldn't have waited 3 years after college basketball to try to still get a pro career to
yeah.
get it started. Nobody, bro. I don't know nobody. I know a lot of dudes in the city, bro, and I know a lot of dudes that still grind and trying to make it happen. But the dudes that really have stick to it to try to keep making it happen, they already got their foot in the door. They was already tasting a little bit of it. Something happened with life, and then they stopped playing, and then now they trying to get back to it. So they was already there. But nobody that was never there would have stuck that shit out for 3 years and still work your job, work on your game, work a job, work on your game, enjoy time with family, friends, all of that, and still try to pursue a career overseas. And then getting in the door, take bare minimum. So now you got to go back to the bottom of the food chain and still work my way up. So like, yeah, I wanted to quit, bro. I did, but I ended up finding about this tour in Spain. Now I had to decide whether I was gonna make an investment in myself or just say fuck it. It's like, nah, I can't do it. I ain't finna keep pouring my money into something and not getting nothing out of it. So I said, fuck it. I called Pops. I asked for some help. He's like, I got you. He's like, I got you. Come on. You've been working on your game. I believe in your game. This the opportunity you've been waiting for. This the thing that everybody been telling you that you just need to get in front of. Uh, and like even when me and you last summer, we had phone calls with Jerry. And you talked to Jerry, I talked to Jerry. And that was the one thing he said, bro. He was like, I ain't gonna lie, the chances of you getting a job is very slim to none. But if you do, the only way it's gonna happen is if you get in front of these coaches in these teams. you get some film with against actual teams um, over there. So that's why we ended up taking this chance, and that was like 2,500 for the tour, and another like 1,500 for for the flight, and still like I still wanted to be comfortable and have a little pocket money. So we made that happen, and I went on that tour, bro. And I mean, I was still even doubted on the tour because, like, man, I didn't win this whole time. Like, maybe this just ain't for me.
Yeah.
Like, I felt that, bro. Like, maybe this ain't for me. And you still got time, bro. You can turn around, go back home, and it is what it is. Enjoy your time in Spain and go back home. So I just remember, like, everything. I didn't do everything I had done up until that point to just say, no. And that's what kept me pushing.
Hmm.
I didn't. I still didn't get to my last milestone to let my pops live through me to see, and that was to be a professional. It was to be start off with just being a basketball player in general. His son, his junior, to be a basketball player. I let him see that. To step on a varsity floor, that's something that he's never done. I let him see that. To get a 4-hour scholarship to go play basketball, the sport he loved, I let him see that because he never could get it done. To sell out in a college arena on a Division I floor in your hometown, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and play against Marquette and showcase the whole city that I could be here at this level. I let him see that. And then to finish my career, get a degree, and finish my career leading the conference in scoring, I let him see that as well. So like I didn't do all of that to not check off the last check box on my goals for my pop's dream, which was to be a professional basketball player. So I just pressed forward, bro, and I took my chance and I took the leap of faith and that shit worked out, bro. And it ended up working out.
And it worked out because, I watched a lot of your games this year. And just to see you over there, we have many talks. And you know where you at right now, with your game and life and etc. But keep grinding, keep leveling up because this your first year being a pro Brad, and you go over there in Germany and you get a chance to take that team who never been in the finals before to the finals. How did that make you feel? Especially being your first year.
Yeah, well, they had been to the finals before, but it was like some years before. But the previous year or 2 years really, they didn't make the playoffs at all. Q. They was in like the play down, so they got the playoffs and play down. So the top 8 teams or whatever it is play in the playoffs. The bottom play in the play downs. So and they had the same team for the last couple of years, except for they had a different American on their team. Um, and like I came in, and it's crazy just how God worked, and like He worked in my favor, and I feel bad for the person that was on the receiving end of it. Was what happened was when I was on that tour, Q, a dude I believe tore his ACL. So the import that was there tore his ACL, and I ended up giving the chance to send that film to him. And they ended up liking me. They was trying to get me to go straight from Spain to Germany, obviously because it was cheaper. But I didn't have nothing. I had all sports. I mean, summer clothes and shit. It was hot in Spain, and I got to go straight over there. It's cold, about to start snowing. But they gave me a chance to go back home, grab my stuff, and I went out there. And when I got out there, I mean, I made the best of it from day one, bro. I felt like my teammates and my coach felt my presence. I'm loud. I'm energetic. I go hard, I work hard, I bring the best out of my teammates. Yeah, I talk shit, but it's all to make everybody around me better. And at the end of the day, with that team and with that situation, bro, I feel like, yeah, not only did they make me better and help me grow, I made everybody around me better. I felt like I made my coach feel whole again. I felt like I gave my teammates purpose as a leader. Like I felt like I gave myself purpose once again, and I got a chance to showcase what I'm capable of on that level, and I wouldn't change none of it, man. Even though it wasn't in the top league in Germany, which is what I got caught up in the beginning, it was a starting point. Like it was a starting point to be like, okay, I just went over the water and I did my thing because we all got to start somewhere. We got to start somewhere, bro. And from taking the team that didn't make the playoffs at all, taking them to the finals, uh, I'm pretty sure I led that league in scoring. Um, I was hands down, like you as my coach, I was, they ain't came out yet. The MVP of the league, guard of the year, import of the year, that stuff ain't came out yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll be on that list.
Mm.
Like I made a difference. Like it don't matter about which level, like it is. It's about that you always make a difference. Everybody around you, you make them better.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, too, you're a winner. That's what coaches want to see. If you're a winner or not. No matter if you score 30, 40. Like in some countries, yeah, that matter. Mexico, China, they want to see motherfuckers go to 30, 40. But in Europe, for the most part, they want to see somebody that's gonna win. They want to see people make it to the playoffs, make a deep playoff run.
Yeah.
So I did that. So now, all right, the price goes up now. Now I jump up to a better country or a same country in the top leagues or whatever it may be, and I continue to do what I know how to do, and that's win at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. And most definitely a winner. We're gonna touch on all county because you know we won that shit. But to just listen to your whole story though, Brad, on some real shit, dog. I appreciate it because just paying attention from like elementary, middle school, high school, you know, going to junior college. Like listen to your story. You embraced like every step of the way, you know, and you
Facts.
not stopping. And I'm glad you sharing your story because it's a lot of people that would have stopped or quit, and you know what I'm saying. They would have just gave up.
Yeah,
But I just hope whoever watch, you know, this episode, your episode, pays attention to how you embraced everything. You could have got mad when you was a freshman and quit, transfer.
facts.
You could have got mad when you was a sophomore, quit, transferred. You waited your turn. You had Division 1s, Brad. You went to a junior college, man. You had Division 1s, and you chose a Division 2. So just listen to your story and how you embrace everything. I'm hoping, you know, if someone going through the same shit right now, I hope they can understand and this can help them out. And it's just a whole bunch of things. So I just appreciate you sharing that shit, dog, because that shit real, man. And shout out to your parents, man, for real. You know I love them, man. Um, but we got a chance to win all county. And
Man.
all county is coming up soon. You know what? I'm sorry, y'all. Dude, today my little cousin birthday, man. We gotta give a happy birthday to my nigga Brad Newman Jr., man.
Appreciate it,
Young
man.
punk just turned 27 today. You know what I'm saying? But happy birthday to Brad. But we get a chance to win all county, which is like, yeah, I'm looking in the air like I'm confused. It's like one of the biggest tournaments, shit, damn near in the Midwest or Wisconsin for
Facts.
sure. So we get a chance to win that. It was for $10,000, man. How you feeling this year, man? We winning again?
Just know we coming. That's all I'm gonna say. Just know we coming. It's all fun and games and talk shit and all of that. But nah, we ain't doing no talking this year. This one, I feel like Q gonna mean more to me than the first one.
You think
Like,
so? Is it
I
because
really
it's an
felt
extra
like me
$5,000?
personally. No, it ain't even about the money, Q. It ain't about the money at this point. It's about like my personal goals and goals as a team for real. Like our team is based upon we don't really got no no guys that's right really doing it elite right now overseas. Me and Riley, the only
That's
one.
true.
And
That's
and
very
Jay
true.
and Jay and Jay. Every
Tone.
other team, yeah, it's on. But like we all like we not the guys that like people go out of town and search for. And like we do it the right way. We play the right way. We play together. Um, it's just a little bit different, bro. It's just a little bit different aspect. Like you get so many of them dudes get caught up in like, let me go grab dude from over here, dude from over here. Like, yeah, dude got game, but dude ain't no winner. That's what we coming here for. Like niggas be bringing niggas in town getting embarrassed. Like
For real
that
facts.
be my biggest thing. Like the original All County, like in the beginning, like when that shit was grimy, that shit was rough. Like you went and you found the best niggas in the city. Like that's what's gonna be my core. Now, if I got a couple niggas from out of town to support my core, then yeah, cool. But you got these niggas coming from out of town, you thinking they gonna be the core, and that ain't how that shit gonna work. They don't know them niggas. Niggas you surrounded with them ain't got no respect for them at all. They ain't got no respect for them. So like that's why they couldn't win. And it meant a lot to me because now like I'm showing the city even more. Like, whoa,
Like,
Brad.
whoa, this motherfucker
Whoa,
won all county.
whoa. Like we ain't just talking about like the suburban boy that know how to play basketball the right way, that work hard. Like, no, we talking about like he growing here, like he growing. He done played against him. He done played against him. He done played against him. He done ran at him. He done locked him up. Like, that's what I care about. And that's what all county is about. Who is the most elite of the elite? That's why I love all county, bro. I don't really care that much about the money. Yeah, the money make it a little bit better or whatever afterwards. Cool.
Yeah.
I can fucking buy a couple pair of shoes or whatever. But like it's about the respect and the bragging rights you get from the city. That's what I like about it, bro.
That's what
And
it
I
is.
like a chance for I get to come against the best guards in the city or in the Midwest and show what I can do against these niggas. So like that's why I love all county, bro. That's why I love it. I don't care about the money. I care about competing at a high level when the lights is on and showing everybody like who the guy really is. Who's the difference maker? Who the winner at the end of the day? Not the dude that got game and he can just score. Not the dude that just be locking shit up. Like, no, dog, a winner. Like people can see that. People know the difference. They might not like can admit that shit, but they know the difference, bro. And that's why I say like this year we done made some changes or whatever, and we y'all not gonna get too much of what we doing,
Oh
but
no.
we coming though. We coming, and we solid as
Whoa,
hell.
whoa, whoa. Hold on, Brad.
Come
Pause.
on, pause. Come on, bro. Pause.
We coming. Pause. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, pause for
No,
me. I
bro.
said go ahead, but pause.
Yeah, no, we gonna do our thing though this year, bro. And I think we gonna be 2-time all county champs and potential 2-time MVP. You feel me?
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. But
2-time
man,
MVP.
last question before I let you go, Brad. The NBA game's on, and man, Like I said, I appreciate you coming to the Barcode podcast. But what advice can you give these kids right now, today?
Oh man, bro, like when I was out there in Germany, I was coaching a little bit, like the youth programs, and I just tell them all the time, bro, like you can't control. There's only no. Let me take that back. There's only one thing you can control, but everything outside of that you can't control. And the one thing you can control is how hard you work and your effort, bro. The two things, one of the two things that you can control. You can't control how many shots you make. You can't control um, how many turnovers. You think you can, but you can't really control that. You can't control missing layups, threes, free throws. Um, but you can control how hard you work and the effort you give when you're on that basketball court or in life in general. In life in general, in the classroom, you can control the effort you put in the classroom. Like that goes from you got to pay from school to you don't got to pay for school just because you smart. So like I just say focus on the things you can control, which is your effort and how hard you work, and no matter what it is, no matter if it's basketball, football, karate, checkers, school, learning how to invest your money. If you gonna do something, find it and work hard at it and just give it your all, because those are the only things you can control. That's my biggest thing.
Yep, yep. And thank you for sharing that. Y'all pay attention. Make sure y'all tune in. Subscribe to the Barcode Podcast 414. I'm doing it for the city. I'm doing it for the kids. We need to know our history. We need to hear each other's stories.
Yes,
Some of these
sir.
kids may, or even these young men, they might be going through the same thing that we went through our journey, and they can learn from it. So I appreciate you, like sharing your story. And don't forget, y'all have it right there. Brad Newman Jr. came to the show. I feel like he was cool and laid back. He ain't really hop on y'all asses. But make sure y'all tune in to the Barcode Podcast. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, set the bar and stick to the code. Q Bar and Brad out. Love, baby.
Yes, sir. Love.